like
in the
different
middle.
height.
Yeah,
We're
on
live
there.
anyway. We're live.
Welcome, fans. This is week 10 of Show Me Your Medals, and a small milestone for us. We made it to double digits. Every bit counts. So, let's make it to the next milestone.
Yeah, we're quarter of the way through the season then, right?
Yeah.
Week 38. Yeah, week 10.
Yeah, so week 10.
All right. Let's kick it off. Let's
go.
Does anyone want to nominate themselves?
Let's get Arsenal out of the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go Arsenal.
Let's get Arsenal out of the way.
High of them last time, I had the lowest of lows.
Yeah, the thing is, like, with the draw, we scraped it. Let's be honest with that. Like, against a mid-table team, we scraped that. Performance was way off from many players. Although I'd say though, those goals. Let's talk about the handball. That's a handball, right, by the letter of the law.
Saliba?
Yeah. That's a handball by the letter of the law. But
yeah,
I don't feel like it was a handball. He's people say unnatural, but like to get leverage to get in the air, you're gonna have to put your arms out anyway. But the ball come off the Mudrik's head onto Saliba's hand. That's not deliberate. That's not nothing. He's not even looking at the ball. Do you know what I mean? So
they have that thingy now where it's clear if it's outside the silhouette, they're calling it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a harsh pen, but it's a pen at the end of the day. By today's rules, I personally don't feel like it's a pen. It shouldn't be ruled as a pen. But anyway, Mudrik's second goal, the second goal, Mudrik.
Yeah. Did he mean it?
Are you telling me? Yeah. Are you telling me he meant that? No, because he looked across. And he was playing for that.
At a first viewing and first replay, I thought he meant it because I thought, maybe he looked at Raya and then did it. But the more you watch it, the more he's looking for Sterling, and he's so shit that he mishit it and it went in. So what can you do? You
That's
know
what I'm saying.
He celebrated as if it was his best goal of his career.
Bastard,
that kind of
mate.
Which it probably was actually his best goal of his career. I mean, it didn't look good, but yeah, I mean. To be honest, if you score a Champions like that, you're going to celebrate either way. But yeah, definitely.
I got a question for you guys as goalkeepers. Raya's positioning, what do you think about it? What's your thoughts on Raya's positioning?
I think it's all right because obviously we just said he didn't mean it. It's a freak goal. So obviously where Raya is standing, it's anticipating a cross. Because what's a player in Mudrik's position going to do? He's going to cross it. You get me? And then if he did the cross and then he was so close and tried to come out, we'll blame him for other reason. You could only put that down as a
free goal. Free goal.
Do you know what I mean? And we're just looking for, because that whole Raya and Ramsdale situation, every mistake Raya makes, we're just looking for that.
Under microscope.
Ramsdale would have saved that. Ramsdale would have saved. That's what's happened. Do you know what I mean? But that's the whole thing that we said Arteta has created by having two keepers. Do you know what I mean? It's literally created. Every viewer is watching Raya to make a mistake, and we say, think he would have done better, that kind of thing. And so now I just think position well. We literally said Mudrik didn't mean that. What can Raya do? You know what I mean? It will happen.
Yeah, he can't do anything. It's like that time that David Seaman got lobbed by
in the World Cup.
By Ronaldinho, and then what's that Deportivo?
Is it Naeem? I remember that name.
Naeem,
memories, boys.
Mate. That's what, I don't. If you ask me, I don't even know why I know that name. But certain goals back in the days, it's just in your memory bank. So when you said that, I'd be like, Naeem sounds about right. So there you go, Naeem. Yeah.
The worst thing, he was former Spurs player.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think those are just like,
Free goals. I think we should have won that game. If I'm honest, I think. At the start of the game, we should have won it, full stop. But the thing is, to go 2-0 down and come back 2-2, that shows a bit of character in what we do as well.
Their goal was a bit of a gift.
They got, that's what I'm saying though. But anything can happen. Anything can happen, right? Yeah. But to go 2-0 down and come back to gain a point, I think that's still like character in terms of. Like if you're challenging for the title, you need to be
you need those
gaining points. You need to do something like that to carry on. But anyway, enough about Chelsea. But another thing, you know we said about Onana on his first game or second game. He ran into that. That's the exact same thing that happened. Chelsea game.
So ran into what? Go ahead.
Sanchez just like freaking clotheslined Jesus.
You talk about the penalty claim.
What's what is that?
Yeah.
No
100%.
one checked.
Again.
The thing was, did the refs or VAR apologise for the miss on Onana on that one?
Yeah. That's
They did.
that's the whole point. They just done the same mistake. But the thing with this one, did Arsenal players appeal? It just seemed like they kind of went on with it well. If that makes sense. If the players ain't appealing for a penalty, it's only upon replays again where we're looking for incidents and be like, oh, it should have been a pen. But literally, you know what I mean, though. So,
I guess VAR can't get involved unless the ref has made the wrong decision, right? But then there was no decision, so it just means that it just plays on.
Yeah.
No, I don't get it.
No. I thought VAR checked every.
No, VAR checked if the referees had missed something. So they could have said, "Hey, ref, you missed this here, by the way."
But why didn't they?
I just don't think even VAR thinks, like I said, because there's no appeal. What are they? They're not going to sort of be like, to the players and to the VAR, it's a sporting act, isn't it? It's fine, carry on. So, upon replay, yes.
But the players appealing doesn't trigger VAR.
Yeah,
I know, but it needs a player appeal to do something. You know what I mean? Of course it does. It's kind of like how penalties are done. You know when if they kind of stay upright and don't do nothing, you're not going to get it. If you make a fracture of it, you'll be like, oh, ref. Then something comes about it. You know what I mean? It has to be. That's just the way it is. You know?
Okay.
All right. I've got 3-4 minutes. Yesterday's game against Sevilla. I thought that was really hard fought. Like I don't think we played particularly well. I think there was like a moment of magic from Jesus with that turn, and then feeding Martinelli in. And the thing is, Martinelli had to finish that as well because he had a chance before that he should have buried, but he kind of redeemed himself for like getting that first goal, right? But I don't know, like. We should be coming out of that top of the group. We should be coming out into the last 16, no doubt now. Yeah, that's it really. I don't think I don't think we played particularly well, but it's like job done. So
it was an easy enough group anyway. I know it was a loss to Lens or something.
Lens.
It's fine. Over the spread of 6 games, you're always going to get out of that group. So yeah, no biggie to be honest, right?
I've got nothing really to say on Sevilla. I think it was quite even, and then it was just moments of magic from us to actually win the game.
Sevilla struggling.
No, well, they just sacked their manager, and they got a new manager in. So, yeah, struggling a little bit. But all in all, this week it's been a decent week. But we'll come on to the predictions after anyway. Short and sweet on that one.
Okay, we're keeping all our football short and sweet to get to the meaty bits anyway, right? Yeah, right. Short and sweet. Man United, 3 wins and a bounce now. 3 wins and a bounce, but still not very good.
World class, yeah.
Banana world class. Worth every penny of 50 million. Double his wages. Keep the contract. Everything, mate. But
does that I know you can talk about it.
And Maguire as well, mate. We got a real Ferdinand and Peter Schmeichel at the back again, mate. Let's go. But no,
do you know what that?
Does that forgive all his sins?
That's just false hope. That's what. Do you know what that does? It's false hope. That's false hope. By the time next game, everyone's like rubbing their hands. Okay, Maguire, Nana back, and then watch when Nana does that thing. We see Ro in that chat. Yeah.
It was a great save though. Great penalty save, last minute. Henrik Larsson's son. It was a decent penny, and Onana did have a very strong hand to it because it was actually he had to be high up. But overall, it's a struggle. Like I said, even though this week again 2 wins out of 2, right? But the teams, Sheffield United and Copenhagen, and we're relying on bloody Harry Maguire to get a header against Copenhagen, and Scott McTominay and Dalot against Sheffield United. It's just not good. Like you said, on paper, these are like literally relegation, relegation
Standard.
favourites, and Man
Yeah,
United
standard.
are borderline struggling to beat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just a reflective of the team sheet that's out there, though. I mean, you got like Lindelof, Maguire, Evans starting at the back, and it's just yeah. Like every week I come on here, and Man United just not oozing any confidence whatsoever. Again, that Dalot shot, keeper should have saved it. Then it would have been a 1-1. Rashford's been proper like. I think at once upon a time I said, "I'll bring him back on the left, and Man United will start ticking again." But he's on the left, Hoyland's up front. But Rashford literally got 1 goal all season in a losing game against Arsenal. Last season he has 17 goals. We're already all the way through. So I don't know. It's just not ticking. I mean, once upon a time the French, English Mbappe. I'm not quite sure it's ever lived up to that billing.
Valuation, yeah.
Yeah, Mbappe scored today or whatnot. But yeah, like, real talk. Man United just as a whole, it's just not.
You've got new ownership though now, right?
No, that didn't go through. They pulled out.
It didn't go through.
No, they pulled out.
Shit.
They pulled out. So
Okay.
back to where we are, basically. Back to where we are. Just nothing of note.
But is that
Yeah,
gonna,
I mean,
are new owners gonna solve that problem?
well, I don't know. Remember, I said before I didn't understand when people blamed owners, but afterwards, more recently, when we're keeping Harry Maguire, not buying centre backs, letting David De Gea go, all these things. I mean, they spent because I used to think, oh, like, they're putting the checkbook out, but sometimes it takes more than that. Do you know what I mean? It's not just one big signing and done. It's more like proper investment in the squad, which hasn't happened. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not too fussed on these owner, yada yada. I've never been a big fan of making a big thing of ownership coming in, but maybe it does because it's kind of a feel of a club. Because at the moment, the feel of Man United is not what it used to be. So with a new new owners, it brings that kind of new chapter, and then it might the synergy effect, and then everyone gets a bit better. The players gets a bit more happier because at the moment it's just the confidence and everything is just not quite there. I don't know if the new ownership gonna change that, but I think generally as we go on, is Man City next? Who knows what's gonna happen? Haaland's just had 2 goals today. He's getting his boots ready. Could be a bloodbath. It's a derby again, but
I reckon it's gonna be a bloodbath for City.
what, Man United 4-0, yeah?
Yeah.
As in Man United win 4-0.
No. City's gonna come.
City's gonna come, yeah. Well, yeah. Before we said a bright spark was Hoyland, but again, he hasn't even hardly scored. He's
He's had decent chances.
He's had
been
decent
in
chances.
positions.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's always been a good start, and it's always been a positive. But how long we're gonna keep saying it's positive, and end of the season he scored 5 goals? You know what I mean? I know he's still young, but that's just Man United. Like, it's gonna be a struggle. Got City, Newcastle fixtures are a mixed bag, but I think Man United literally are playing like top 6, top 7 kind of team. But that's where we were. That's where
you were at in the first place, I think. Right.
We had high hopes. Like last season was top 4. Last season was 3rd. We all kind of thought they'll still stay among that, but I don't think so now. I think like they've gone up a few pegs down.
Still a long season to go, I think.
Yeah, a few pegs down. But that's it on United. Nothing much.
Well, what's the thoughts on DDG coming back?
Coming back to the cafe, having a chat, the chit chat.
Private meeting was about.
Yeah, private meeting, man, with Heaton as well. Like proper.
That's why Heaton as well. That's why Nana performed. Bro.
Exactly, you get me? Like, can't even have this secret meeting and not inviting me, mate. Yeah. DDG's a strange one though. Like, no clubs are gone for him. I know we touched upon it, like his wage issue or whatever. It can't just be his wages. It's crazy. It's mad. Like no club, you know what I mean? It's
probably wages the contract. He probably wants a long contract as well, doesn't he?
But even like,
how old is he though?
He's
34.
Yeah,
which is
still prime, goalkeeper prime, right?
Yeah. He could play for ages, and like I said, he was still playing at a decent level. You know what I mean? It's not as if he had a proper, like Peter Cech tail off. You know what I mean? Like Agent Cech. He was still just a season back. He won the Golden Glove award. Do you know what I mean? So. And there's no paper talk of him either, what he's up to.
There's no rumours. No rumours at all.
The thing I notice about United fans, they know that you're shit. Like, the majority that I speak to, they know that they're shit.
Yeah, we're shit.
So
Like I
that's
say,
a
we're the
change.
Arsenal of a few years back now. We're the Arsenal now. You know what I mean?
Probably
But
rebuilding.
Arsenal, the thing about problem with Arsenal fans, they never admitted that they were shit. They still, oh, invincible years, invincibles. If you got a golden trophy,
If that's the only thing we can cling on to, then
yeah,
that's what we're going to cling on to, bro.
that's it. That's all
No
he's
one
got.
else can. No one else can. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Typical Arsenal response.
Typical
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's in history books, but no one talks about it anymore.
Yeah, but
moving on
yeah,
swiftly.
no, I think we do, man. But anyway,
Well,
Liverpool.
you do, but general
Liverpool,
football, we love that.
Liverpool. What are you saying, Liverpool?
What am I saying, Liverpool? Merseyside derby, always like, yeah,
Easy,
yeah.
right?
I was thinking about the derby, and I was thinking the relevance of it now. I know obviously it's still like a local derby, but because Everton have been competitive for like decades, it's not. I feel for me, it's not a bigger rivalry as playing United. You know, for me, that's a real fierce rivalry that we have.
Who Everton?
Yeah.
By
Just on that,
location.
just on that,
Yeah.
just on that though. Just before we get into it, rest in peace, rest in peace, Bill Kenwright. Like, he's been at the forefront of Everton Football Club. He's loved that club. We all know that. He's a character. But yeah, rest in peace to the Everton chairman, man.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Devil.
But I know people are a bit up in arms and all that sort of stuff. But I think, like, if they're like in the 80s when Everton were actually decent, you know, and then I think that the rivalry was more fierce, and I think it's a bit, yeah. I guess for Liverpool, it's not. For Everton, it's still a big scalp, but for Liverpool, and the fact that we've beaten them regularly in Merseyside derbies, I feel like they're not competitive in terms of the league, and I think that's
they're 16th at the moment.
Yeah, that takes it away. Like if Everton were if Liverpool were first, Everton were second, then it adds greater relevance. Just like Spurs and Arsenal, this season's more relevant, where previous seasons probably hasn't been for Spurs. And yeah, I just feel it's not. I'm not saying it's as glamorous as before, but anyway, it's still a local derby. People are still up for it. It's the biggest fixture that's produced the most red cards. 29. Yeah, 29. So
29 red cards.
29 red cards in that game. I know. Crazy. So the game itself, yeah, I think we struggled to break them down. But this is before the sending off, which we're going to, because our Thai friend requested we talk about it, so we'll talk about it. But yeah, I think they had a really 30 seconds or a minute. They had a really good chance with Calvert-Lewin having that header, and I think we struggled to get hold of the ball. Again, I think McAllister is shit. Gave the ball too many times.
Someone was saying bargain at the start of the season.
He's still fake. He's a bargain for what he gives, kind of thing. He's not done anything too bad. I mean, lost the ball or one of the goals. Like,
he always loses the ball. Always loses the ball. And yeah, we didn't play that well. Struggled to break them down. But I guess in some ways as well, Sean Dyche sets his team up so fucking negative as well. Obviously, sending off changed things slightly. But yeah, again, you made Everton go even more into their shell, being a man down. And again, we really struggled until we got that penalty, which is funny for you to say that about handball intent. Even though Keane probably didn't mean it. His arm was.
Is a handball in the books, right? Is a handball in the books?
Yeah.
Like you can't.
His hand stopped the cross from getting in anyway. So even though he didn't mean it, he actually meant well. In the eyes of the law, it's a penalty. And then when Everton decided to change formation and attack us, we exploited that right at the end. So 2-0. Yeah, I think
Mo Salah.
Yeah, relatively happy that penalty. I think relief actually when that penalty went in. But onto the red card. I think both yellows, 100% Stonewaller yellows. That second one, Ashley Young, he fouled him as the guy was going into as Diaz was going to the penalty area. So I can't understand why people say that's you know
Yeah,
harsh.
I don't get the controversy. It's 100% a yellow. It's not even one of those ones of oh, they should have let them play on and whatnot. I don't get it. I've
I,
seen it.
I don't get it
Clips him,
because
sliding
otherwise,
tackle and he clips him. Yeah,
yeah, otherwise like Diaz would have been in the 18-yard box.
yeah,
So it's a blatant yellow. Kanate, okay. I know people
yeah.
don't
Our
argue
friend
about
from
that.
Thailand wanted to bring this up, so yeah.
Yeah,
What's going on?
I
What's
think he
going
got
on?
away with one.
Ooh.
No, I think that was definitely second yellow. I
So
think the
honest
only
of you.
thing the referee could be thinking, I'm not read anything that he's said or done. The only thing I can think is that he didn't he didn't think it
I
was
don't know
that,
what if it's a weird one because there's multiple fouls of the same thing in that game
but he didn't give a
that
yellow
were
card for.
given yellows for.
Yeah,
Like Tchaikovsky's one was,
Just
yeah,
inconsistency all the way around, though,
Ashley
isn't
Young
it?
initially one was, Konate's first one was, and then his second one was almost borderline the same thing. I just that's it was about good consistency across the season, but this is one game with that same ref, so doesn't he judge these fouls of the same nature? It's bizarre.
No, I think he probably judged this one as like the lesser of all the ones. He probably didn't
Yeah,
think it was that
I think it's
hard.
like where's that saying where not every foul needs to be a yellow card. I think the ref adopted that kind of thing, like oh, it's a foul but not a yellow card, but it was almost borderline carbon copy of all the previous yellow cards he had given in that game. That's what's annoying about
Yeah,
it.
Canate basically fouled the player to stop the break, and
Mm.
you know, don't know. I don't know what he's thinking, but like we got away with one, and Klopp substituted him, which probably the right thing
30
to
seconds
do. But
afterwards. Yeah.
also, he knew as well. I think everyone knew in the stadium, so probably got away with that one. But I think we probably evened the other one out in the end. So
In the end, I'm not too bothered with yellow card or whatnot. Liverpool were going to win that 11 versus 10 men or 10 versus 10 anyway. That's how
yeah,
I feel. You mean?
yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows? Things could have changed, but
No,
yeah,
because like I said, the way that Sean Dyche sets his team up, I fucking hate this football. But he set them up not to get beat. He obviously set them up just to draw, and big man up front to hold the ball up, take it into the corners, waste some time. Maybe get a set piece. When they got a set piece, the Everton fans celebrated like they scored a goal. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous because they thought obviously they knew the way they play, and they thought there's a chance. But I can't be disappointed at the end of the day with one, but it made it a bit more hard work than I thought it was going to be. And when Salah scored, it was relief because I couldn't see us breaking them down in the end. But we got a handball. That was it. Nothing much else to say. Salah was pretty decent on form. Nunez is
My
having
captain.
a real impact off the bench as well.
which
That's
is
all he
annoying. I
has
think
been, though.
like he's done enough to start a game, but he's always. I mean, I don't know. He's just come back from international, but but a lot of people did, and he got a goal and assist versus Brazil. He's always got Liverpool out of these sticky situations.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, I mean, I don't know. Klopp doesn't. Is he that? Does he not rate him, or is it the fact that he's using him as that impact sub? It's
I think
weird.
he's impact sub.
Yeah, he likes forwards to press. You know how like Firmino, Salah, and Mane did it and did it
Yeah,
very
yeah.
effectively. And Nunez has some of that, but he's not like he's not. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I wouldn't say his pressing game is not his natural thing, and maybe that's something for him to work on for Klopp to trust him on that. But he loves the forwards to press, and he probably thinks Nunez can't do that at the moment. But he's doing the business off the bench now. Whether he likes to be that sort of player, don't know. Don't know. But yeah,
But
you know,
you
we're,
must be
we're,
happy with seeing how Liverpool are at the
well,
moment, fourth in the
we're top
league.
of the league briefly. I think we're top of the league.
Like, we don't count that, man. But
19
right
minutes.
now, this guy, man, the fourth in the league right now. That's pretty good going for this rebuilding phase. Like,
Yes and no. You know, when you're used to success like Liverpool, Will.
no, you're not used to success, man. That was just 1 or 2 seasons, 3 seasons at tops, man. Don't
No,
try that on me,
a
man.
bit more for that. We went toe to toe with City. Like,
Well, title challenges, but you still need to win it. Right.
we didn't choke though. So, so I said that too loud.
I'm no comeback for that one because we did. I even admitted that at the start of the season we did choke.
Now, I do know what you mean, and then look at the table. It's actually really tight because City aren't running away with it, and there's a good mix of teams in there. I know it's still early days.
Shall we touch on Tottenham?
We're nearly a quarter
Tottenham.
in.
All right.
What are we saying about Tottenham now? Top of the league. Top of the league, 23 points. Are they going to sustain this shit?
No.
We're quarter away of the season through. They're undefeated with Arsenal, and some people might thought, but they haven't played any big teams. They kind of have. I mean, okay, not Man United. Let's not be silly, but they played Arsenal, and they played Liverpool, and they beat Liverpool, and they got that 2-2 against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who else have there been? Okay, then that's it basically. They got tough games coming up. Palace next, which is fine. Chelsea, they should be fine. But then after that, they got Villa, City, and Newcastle in the space of 3 games, 3 out of 4 games. So that's the test of it. Are they going to win the title? No, come on, let's not be silly now. Are they going to make top 4? Possibly. Because the things with these is that, like I said, we were talking about that Ipswich in Championship. They're just going to go on a spell where they're not going to win these games. They're going to spell where they start drawing 3 out of 5 games, that kind of thing. Suddenly you've just lost 6 points there. You know what I mean? They're not going to win the league. I mean, they're not going to win the league. But you need
100%.
Yeah, you need experience. You need way more than just this run they're going on. How many times we've seen it where teams kind of fly off, and then they tail off. But top 4
last year.
Yeah, exactly. But top 4 for Spurs is great going because no one, their fans and other fans would have said top 4 with Kane leaving and a new boss from Celtic. You know what I mean? Now, and he's been doing amazing. So it's as good as it gets. But the best thing that could happen is if they win the league and Bayern Munich don't win their league, right? And that Harry Kane guy is going to retire and be like, "What have I done to deserve this?" You know what I mean? But it's not going to happen.
He was the rotten core, mate.
Yeah,
he was the rotten core.
That was it. Man's a striker getting into midfield, ruining everything, all of this shit. But
hats off to Spurs. I don't think they'll last. I think they're obviously overachieving or overachieving their expectations. So I think Will said it a few weeks ago, if you've been watching our podcast, that they were going to go on a good run with their fixtures. So
they've still got one more game to go, in terms of good fixtures.
So I think good start. I think I've noticed that in the league that Newcastle have come out from nowhere and started creeping up the league. They were always going to do that. Remember when Vo was saying, the first few games a bit early for us to put any Newcastle players in early stages. They actually had really good run after what we said. So I wouldn't have thought any less from Newcastle to be in and around.
Yeah, I mean, our prediction was they'll make the top 4 and everything anyway. So if anything, they were literally playing worse than we envisioned, and now they're just back to where we thought they would be. Really,
they're high scoring as well. Although they've not got Tonali anymore.
24 goals because they've been smashing teams.
What's the thoughts around Tonali? Naughty boy, right?
It's
AC Milan were like this when Newcastle were in for him.
But it's a piss take of how they've treated Tonali, contrasting how they've treated Ivan Toney. And then the social media of Tonali, and they're coming out, hugs and everything, giving him support and giving him rehabilitation and whatnot. It's just, come on, man. It was just
the same shit, innit?
It was just as bad. And I think And when I think when he was on the bench last week, and then when he came on, all the Newcastle fans cheered him, and that's not
Yeah.
okay. It's okay to gamble. That's what they're saying, basically.
Just don't get caught.
It's like I know it's slightly off topic, but those Chinese snooker players. Read about them. Freaking hell, man! They got some heavy bands.
Yeah, but they're proper dodgy. They're like match fixing though. Thailand is not match fixing.
I know
He's just
it's not.
having a dibble.
Yeah. I know it's fact, but it's not the same thing. But but Tony betted on his own games as well.
No, I think never to lose though, or something. I don't know. He never betted them to lose, or I think, or did he when he weren't on the team? I think he did bet for them to lose when he weren't playing or something like that.
And that's what I mean. So that is not match fixing, but betting on his own team is really bad. And Tonali, we don't even know what bets he did.
Yeah.
No, he might have done I think back in the day they had the first what time is the first throw in, and then they used to boot it out.
But no, it'd be interesting to see what they come down with. I mean, it's been suggested 10 months and whatnot, but we'll have to see. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, leads us on to some predictions. First one would be, am I looking at the right one? Arsenal, Sheffield United?
Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, that's right. Arsenal, Sheffield United.
I'm going straight 3-0. I don't care. Sheffield United, look at their run. Oh my days.
I'm going a bit more than that. And I think you're going to batter them 5-0.
Man, you guys are jokers.
Just because United struggled against them doesn't mean the bigger clubs will. Everyone smashed them apart from United.
Yeah. Spurs only beaten them 2-1, 2-0,
yeah, they're not a big team.
3-1. I'll go for a bit more conservative. 2-0 Arsenal at home.
Okay.
2-0.
5-0. Where you hit it first. 5-0.
All right. And then we got Liverpool, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, that is some high-scoring games, isn't it?
I think Forest beat us last year at home, wankers. So
I think Liverpool are a bit more together.
Yeah, we're more better. I think it might be a tight.
It's a 2-0. It's a 2-0 for me.
1-0.
2-0 for me. 2-0 for me.
No clean sheet.
Forest is just gonna sit back.
But that's what I mean. They're going to play like Everton did. They're going to shut up shop. Yeah. We're going to struggle to break them down. It might be like a corner that Van Dijk scores or something like that.
Yeah, give me 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
3-1. Okay.
Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool.
All right, and then you got the big Manchester derby.
4-2 City.
You're gonna get 2 goals. I don't believe that, man.
Yeah, the City's defense ain't great. They leaked today. They've been leaking. Yeah, clean sheets are hard to come by. 4-2 City. 4-2 City.
I think 3-0 City.
3-1 City. You'll get 1 goal.
Get 1 goal.
Some sort of Rashford bullshit.
Rashford, yeah.
Rashford bullshit. Something like that.
You know, with derbies, like I mentioned at the start, before City was good, were the Manchester derbies like?
I think so. They're always. I mean, they
got some venom.
They back in when they were together. Yeah, it's Manchester derby, wasn't it? Like George Conclatzi and whatnot. But they got relegated for ages. Remember, they didn't. So there was 8 years of no derby because they went down to Division 2 at one point. They were proper crap. Then got back up, and then now the rest is history. So now it's a proper meaty ones. But yeah, it's like what you said, innit? Derbies are always a bit tastier, and especially now that they are 2 super club statuses.
Good.
But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Moving swiftly on to FPL. We spent 5 minutes on there.
FPL.
What are we saying? What are we saying, Dave? What are you saying?
Dave, you're ruining our trend here, bruv. You're ruining the trend. We've got a good trend going here.
I thought I had a decent week, right? I was up to 16th, like before Monday's game.
But everyone else had a good game, didn't they?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You literally stayed where you were, 22nd.
Yeah, but 85 points with average that week, 16. 85 is pretty decent.
Well, yeah, I got 82. But nah, you're not moving any. I mean, again, you're not far from like if mid-table. You're only 20, like 30 points from the
Yeah,
lobster table.
that's nothing.
Yeah, but
Tr-
still,
tr-
you've been there for a while though.
Trust me, boys. I don't need to prove it
Hey,
every
Got
take
this,
season.
yeah.
So
take Foden out.
Yeah,
Take Foden out. Swap him out for someone else. Foden ain't doing shit, man. And
Yeah.
Odegaard, they ain't gonna do shit.
yeah.
Don't know
What,
why
what
you
you
have him
guys
in
got
there.
planned this week? I've got a big one. I've taken out
Uh,
Haaland for 1 week.
Really?
For 1 week. For
Really?
1 week. Yeah, for 1 week.
Oh shit.
Because
Okay.
basically, I need to get Watkins against Luton.
I give you some tips. Yeah.
I've already done my.
It's Aston Villa though. Aston Villa.
I've
Aston
already
Villa.
done my
100%.
I've already done
Yeah.
my transfer.
Which is
Me
what?
too. Me too.
Watkins.
Yeah, who did you take
Did
out?
you?
I did two.
Who you taking out?
I took out Morrison from Luton for Watkins.
Morris.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
Morris.
Yeah, Morris.
And Foden for Longstaff. So
No, it's not Morrison. He said Morrison. It's not Morris.
Is Morrison? Is it
It's just Morris.
Morris.
This guy, right, repeat it as a. I bought in Douglas Luiz.
Yeah.
Douglas Luiz, 100,
Yeah.
and then I bought in Simicast.
Have you got Watkins already?
Okay.
Huh?
Have you
So,
got
Dave, who was your second transfer? Foden out for who? Who's coming?
Longstaff?
Oh, okay, just to make money, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just to make money, yeah. Okay, so everyone's big on. Obviously, it's Luton, isn't it? Like we have to stock up on the Villa players. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I only just got one. Room for one.
And
Fine, let's see how that goes.
I don't usually do transfers early, but I did this on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
In case you forget, right?
No, it's because
It's a Friday game, right?
No, Watkins is going to go
Yeah,
up.
Friday.
Yeah.
So, Will, what's the highest you finish in the Pandem League? You think you like?
Nah, nowhere like this. Nowhere like this right
Yeah,
now in terms
but
of.
again, like, are you gonna be a Spurs and just or are you gonna?
Do you know what? I'm focused this season. I'm focused.
You know, the funny thing is that with the FPL, when you're higher, you have more interest in the game, right? Like you're like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need to maintain. When you're a bit low, you're like, shit game, and you kind of.
No, even when I was lower, I was still trying, but it's a struggle because like you don't have the personnel in the team, like, and you fuck up your wild card, and then your team value as well is quite important. When you're higher up, when you sustain that being in the top 5, let's say, your team value is going to go up, so you've got more room to like maneuver with different types of players.
Yeah.
And you can bring in stronger players. Like your 4 million defender can turn into a 4.5 million defender. So
what you're saying that it's fun at the top, yeah?
yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the view.
Nosebleeds. Never been high that high before.
Proper nosebleed.
Don't worry. Have faith. I'm turning the corner. I'm turning the corner.
Yeah,
It's a
you
big
need to
corner.
do
I'm turning the corner.
you need to do the Three Uncles justice. The show me.
Yeah,
your
exactly,
moves.
mate.
Yeah.
Letting the team down, bro. Letting the team down.
No. Where have you guys been the last couple of years? Then letting the team down.
Hey,
We already started to
I've been
cheer.
having kids and shit, man.
Exactly.
Look at Ricky. He's got a kid, and look at where he is now.
Yeah. Look at where Christine is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's true. Nos holding the flame for that right now.
Right, we'll see.
All right, fantasy done.
All right.
Off
It's
to
the Dave's favorite section.
Dave's
of
favourite
the,
section.
of the
Yeah,
podcast.
he's my favourite section.
We've had 6 new questions, so we'll try to go through. We've got 20 odd minutes, so I'll start with the quick, easy one, and some of you might not have one, but what's the biggest prank someone's pulled on you? Keep it quick.
Oh my god, man! So when I got engaged, you know the twins, Ricky and his twin brother Alan.
Yeah.
They pulled a big one on me, man. They ordered the fake Claire's Accessories 1 carat ring because I used to work in high end jewelry, so I know what it's all about. They sent it, yeah, and I was just having a Barney because I was like, Nah, because it was the first time using like online jewelers.
Oh right,
So
yeah,
I wasn't really, I didn't know what to expect. But when that came through, I called them straight away, and they were on the phone like, oh, "What's going on? We haven't even sent it yet."
yeah,
I was like, "What do you mean you haven't sent it? You just give it to me." And I was just vexed because all I was thinking about is losing like 8 grand.
yeah,
That was all I was worried about. Yeah. And then they played it on and on. And the reason, and it got the police involved as well. Got the
yeah,
police involved. Like, someone's trying to scam me or whatever. But it turned out when we investigating further, the postage where it came from was near their house, and
yeah.
that's when I was on the call with the managing director, and I was like this and that, and then he said that, oh, it's Lordship Lane, and then as soon as he said Lordship Lane,
You're
I
like,
was
oh
like,
shit,
these
I've been had
fuckers.
there.
And
So
then,
hold
do you
on,
know what? I was so embarrassed, man. So embarrassed.
man. That should have been a recorded conversation. We could put it on the YouTube, and then it'd be like gone viral. Like this guy complaining about this fake Claire's accessory ring. It reminded me of that guy who called Ansel up. I said unrelated, but we digress. But called Ansel up about his pizza not got toppings on.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got 5 minutes
You got
later,
to
he's
turn
like,
over.
oh shit, yeah, get that over. But anyway, we digress. Back on point.
Yeah, that's
So
the
wait,
biggest
you know
scam,
when
man.
you're calling the manager and the police and all that, is Ricky
Yeah.
and Alan aware that it's gone this far, or they're like
Yeah,
oblivious?
yeah, because I'm on the phone with them as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
telling them, because they're like my best friends, so I'm telling them every step of the way, oh, I think I got scammed by this website, I don't know what's going on, and
And they let.
they're playing it really like social engineering, they're playing it like they're an actual company,
Yeah.
but in actual fact, they are an actual company, and
Shit.
I've been
So
fucked
these
up
guys,
there.
so Alan, not even at that point, they're still letting this prank run. That's quite
They
impressive to
ran
be
it,
honest. Like,
they
There's no
I'll
ran
be
it,
like,
police involved.
yeah, I'll be like,
they
shit,
ran
guys, we
it,
need
they
to
ran,
pull the plug on this one. But
yeah, yeah, they ran it,
all right, all
they
right.
ran it. But
Um,
it got me good though, man. It
all
got
right.
me
See,
good.
look, we thought we wouldn't put that question in, but look, bring out that little beauty. You know, you just never know what stories are hidden behind these questions. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that only took a minute or so. Right, so then, have you ever encountered the supernatural? Dave said he's got a story on this.
I got it's
Yeah,
a
go
really
on,
long
Dave.
one, but
Go-
I feel
Go
like
on.
I did, but it's
Dave,
not.
talk a bit faster and keep it short. Go on.
Okay, so I can't remember, maybe 10, 15 years ago. So my friend's sister was selling a house, uh, and she had problems selling it. So it was like empty for like year, 2 years, something like that. And every time my mate used to go around to check on the house, he used to encounter like some somewhat issues, like glass being randomly broken, a door being like a locked door not opening, that sort of thing. And obviously, I used to say, yeah, that's nothing. It's nothing because it's just like it's empty. It's not lived in. And he goes, no. And then he goes, one night, he said, he heard some voices and stuff like that. So we had this idea, just let's just sleep over one night just to see what was going on.
Hey, brave boy.
So there's three of us. So we all like bought our stuff, slept in downstairs, and literally, obviously we're on edge. So we didn't sleep during the night because we're trying to like, see what anything could happen. Stayed up all night till like 5 in the morning. This was like around May time. Um, and nothing happened during the night. We heard a few creaks and stuff, but we think that was just like I thought that was just normal. And then around about 5:30 in the morning, you know, it was like I said, it's May, it's quite light, and nothing happened. So like I said, no, like fuck this, right? I'm gonna stay here, like because I said it was all fake and all that stuff. So I jumped out of bed of like my sleeping bed and got up and then suddenly the door to the living room rattled like you fucking shook. Like there's no trucks, no cars, nothing had like nothing, no trains, nothing like that.
Dave, was it you like jumping from
No, no,
your
no,
sleeping
no.
bed, mate?
I was actually slim back then. This is like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, this story's unbelievable now. There's definitely no idea happening.
Yeah.
So, and until this day, we still would talk about it randomly. So remember that time we slept at your sister's and that fucking door rattled? Like, and when I say rattled, it fucking shook. Like, it shook the frames.
Okay.
And yeah, to that day, we don't know what the fuck that was. And then, it's just I got scared, and that was the first time I genuinely got really scared.
But then, so with that one, like obviously, it's just gust of wind or something. The door closed, as opposed to you sighted something where you'd be like, I swear blind, I fucking
the date's important because it was May, 5 o'clock, half 5 in the morning was already light. There's no wind. It was a summer's day. There's no cars, lorries, or trains going past, or airplane going past that day, and that door just rattled for no reason. And there's it wasn't just me. There's 3 witnesses.
Yeah.
To that, so it wasn't just me that imagined that. And people say, "Oh, yeah, because you didn't sleep all night, you fucking hallucinated." But then, how all 3 of us having the same hallucination?
Nah, I don't think it's a hallucination, but I thought, we didn't see anything, It's just a door, door closes.
The door was shaking.
Yeah.
The door was shaking. Obviously, we should have filmed it, but
you didn't have cameras then, mate. About 15 years ago.
But,
all right.
I think the closest I've come to
it's not encounter.
An actual sighting or anything, yeah.
I felt there was something there, and like I said, there was always strange going on with that house. That's why we did that sleepover, just to sort of debunk
to hold
it.
hands.
Well, I definitely was holding something that night when that happened. But yeah, like I said, it's strange. It was strange to explain.
Strange but true, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
The closest I've been is just like sleep paralysis. Like before I knew it was sleep paralysis, I thought I was having some fucked up nightmares or whatever.
How did your one go? Is that you see yourself? You see your body?
No, I don't see myself. It's happened to me 3 times.
Yeah.
And then it was the first time was just like I was sleeping and I had the duvet up to my face, and I couldn't feel I could feel something on me, but I couldn't see over the duvet. So and obviously I got a bit scared because I couldn't move, and I was trying to shout to my housemates. I couldn't shout either.
Yeah, that's the best.
It was just coming out muffled, and then by the time I could free myself, I was fully awake. I looked over and there's nothing there, so I was just like, "What the hell's going on there?"
Rewinding quickly, when you said you can't see past the duvet, are you factually awake? So the vision you're seeing. The vision you're seeing, is it real vision or are you dreaming? Because I'm going to tell you, I reckon it's a dream.
It's a dream. It's subconscious. I think it's subconscious.
Yeah.
But the most scariest time was when I was living in Reading in a rented place with one of my work colleagues, and then all I see is a black mist at the foot of my bed. I all of a sudden I woke up. All I see is a black mist, like a humanoid shape. And then it's slowly turning around, and then I see a white face, and then there's this woman. It's like an old woman with black tears. That shut me up. That shut me up big time because I didn't even know what was going on there, and I couldn't move. I couldn't shout. Couldn't do anything, man.
What was you watching? That
was the scariest.
Or something.
No. I was like, yeah, I don't do that shit, man. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I think that the first time's always the scariest, but after you know about it, it's actually quite not fun. I don't know fun, but it's quite when it happens. You're like, oh shit, here I am again. It's still scary, but you can kind of control it a bit more. So I think what you said basically, you're never actually, but everything you envision is actually just your memory. And obviously your brain is so used to seeing things, what your room looks like, everything, your bed position. It paints that whole picture. So obviously everything becomes so real as if you're awake. And when you said you want to shout out, that's the bit where you're like, shit, you're willing yourself to wake up and you can't wake up, and it's a bizarre thing. When you finally wake up, it's such a relief because you're like, you already know you're dreaming in that stage, in that paralysis. But there's actually an article about that you can actually play about with it, because now you're so aware of it, you can actually in that dream when you're in there start making up stories and whatnot, play about it, because your eyes
some sort of control, right?
Your eyes are actually closed. It's all just imagination, but you're dreaming it, so you can start inventing stuff. So I kind of try to, but sometimes I'm just too scared. I'd be like, I want to get out of this shit, man. Like, but yeah. Dave, ever had it?
No,
Don't know what I'm about. Okay.
no, not bad.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Yeah,
And,
it's very bizarre feeling. But that's the closest to supernatural I've ever like. I've never experienced anything else.
yeah. Yeah, it's a shame you haven't that. Like, people who haven't, like, I think it's quite a good, it's quite a unique experience to not do it.
It's a
Like,
fucked up
once
experience.
you're so used to it now, you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, all boys, were you quite stressed at that time?
I don't remember. I've had it a few times. I don't remember my well-being then or whatnot. So, who knows? Who knows? Okay, but on to the love questions. I think we breeze through those ones quick. Is it okay to date a friend's ex-partner?
Depends.
What do you mean depends, right? What kind of answer is that? Depends.
No, it depends what.
Nah, man, you don't. Don't do that shit, man.
Well, Will's a strong no. I'm gonna be with Dave on this one. But I'll give you my point.
You don't do that.
I think it depends how close you are to the friend. No, what's the definition of a friend?
That's betrayal, man.
Well, it's
no, we're not saying acquaintance or anything like that. We're talking about a friend that you spend a lot of time with.
A good friend.
Like us three uncles.
Yeah, the question has to be a good circle of friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
obviously,
just...
if they're a circle, if they're in the circle, then no.
You can't. Acquaintance don't count. Like you don't give a fuck about them, right? It's like in your friend circle or whatever, or just us three. I wouldn't be going in around like doing that shit, man. Like.
Okay, so Will, you're a strong no in any shape or form.
In that sense, yeah. I'm against it for myself, like as a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you do it, it's not a problem. But in terms of my morals, that's a no for me.
Yeah, but okay, so fine. I'll agree on both sides. But let me paint you a picture. For example, when they said it depends, that depends. It's like circumstances depend. So. The broader answer would be no, you shouldn't do it. But there are circumstances of where it should be allowed and should be okay. For example, how the couple broke up plays a big part. If we just had a relationship and it just ran its course and then we kind of broke up, but we still have a mutual bond and we're still friends and it's fine. And then one of you sweep in and be like, hey, Vol, I'm starting to da-da-da. I'll be alright with it because the way it won't be allowed is if she broke up with me, for example, and I still longed for her and liked her and you know the one, and I felt that she was the one, but obviously she didn't feel that I was the one. I wouldn't want one of you guys to be there the next guy. I'd be like, shit, you guys literally got what I wanted, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so that's scenario one, yeah. So do you agree with that one?
Yeah, I think the feelings still exist.
Yeah, if the feeling's completely gone.
Yeah.
And Will comes, I like a bit, yeah.
Just to add to what I said, like my personal like morals for that is a hard no, but I still see it from that side as well. Like I've had friends who dated people that I wanted to date, and they've known about it as well. But
that's
then
different.
like but. Slightly. Oh, I guess.
They won. They won, Will. They won. They won the shootout, unfortunately.
Yeah, but then I'd rather them be happy rather than like.
Okay. So what you just said, you rather your friend be happy, yeah, which is perfect. Okay. So let me paint you another scenario.
And that's the same. If that friend went with that with the friend, I'd rather them be happy, but I wouldn't be happy with it.
Yeah.
I can be happy with them. Like I'll be happy if they're happy.
Yeah. You're happy for them.
I wouldn't be happy with the situation because.
No, so you're happy for them because a girl that you like, but it's not your ex. But let me paint you a picture. Let's say you had an ex, right? And again, you don't like her. No, you literally broke up. Like I said, the first scenario, it ran its course or whatnot.
Yeah.
But then and then the friend sweeps along, yeah. And let's say we can tell the future, and the future for them two is a perfect, happy, loving couple, the best couple in the whole wide world. They're gonna have like 3 or 4 amazing kids. They can live to their 90, and like the love never leaves, right? Are you, as a friend, gonna stop that friend having that then? No, because she's an ex.
As a friend, I wouldn't stop that from happening, but I still think there's morals behind it. Like,
I know, but that's the thing.
this guy. Well, so while I was with this girl, this guy's been waiting in the back wings or whatever.
No, because that's a different ballgame. Let's just say he wasn't, but he always respected your point. He didn't fancy her when you lot were together, but then a year later, 2 years, 3 years later, 4 years, whatever down the line, actually we got together because we went on holiday or bumped into each other, whatnot. That's another scenario I'm trying to give you. It can be allowed because
circumstances.
You're letting your morals block your lifetime of happiness. Does that make sense? Like if I was in a position of let's just say Will, your ex, and I'd be like, yeah, Will, but you don't understand. This is it. Like it's not a joke. Like we are like this. You get what I'm saying? Shouldn't I take that chance and shouldn't you allow it? Does that make sense?
I would. I'd allow it, but in terms of my moral sense, in terms of that happening, it shouldn't happen.
I know,
for me.
but like I said, as a blanket,
as like with the circumstance, if it happens, if it's so fortunate that that foresight of perfect life and happiness and whatever,
we should take it, right?
For them too. Then I wouldn't think anything of it like in that sense, but it's just that. In terms of my initial moral thing, I just don't.
Yeah, no, I get you. But like I said, the blanket answer is no, and morally is no. But I'm saying if I've never been into it, but I always try to look for a reason to and play it differently. And it's true. Imagine if I like one of your exes, and I know it's gonna work out. Then morally, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna hold back because morally they're my friend. But I'm saying, people like us is blocking ourselves from that potential lifetime of happiness. Does that make sense? You get what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. I think circumstances will always dictate.
Okay, but another thing, Will. So all that scenario I've just said, would you still be friends with me, or would you be like, that's it, that's the end of it, isn't it?
For me, is I don't cut friends off just like that. Like I will see the reasoning. I will have to see what the reasonings are behind it.
No, but
and
how
again,
it played
the circumstance, how it played out. If you're like sneaking behind me, trying to take the girl, that's different, right? That's different. But in terms of blanket statement, like I just avoid it because I don't know. I would generally avoid doing stuff like that. If it was me, and it was someone's friend, I still wouldn't try to do that shit, man.
No, I think honestly, you've gone the intention, but good intention doesn't always translate to doing the right thing or doing doing the perceived.
I can't see myself doing that. Like I can't see myself doing that because I'm very strong. I'm very strong on that fact. If it's your friends thing, like leave it with your friend. Like leave that history with them. Like it doesn't matter. Like if whether you fancy whoever or whatever.
Yes.
It's just stay with them and then that's it. Because you've got many other opportunities outside of that. There's many other opportunities. There's always someone for someone.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I agree with you. There's always someone else, even though you think that's the love of your life or not. Because it's almost like as soon as they're an ex, right? They're literally done. Like you can't even. I can't even catch the feelings, if that makes sense. And I put it to you another way. It's like imagine if you met someone and you liked them, and suddenly you found out it's a family member, like a distant cousin or whatnot. That just gets shut down. You know what I mean? It's just boom. So it's kind of like that barrier as an ex. It's just boom. Like shit, I can't go there no matter what. And it just
that's exactly it. I had an incident. Where this girl was like contacting me out of the blue. I didn't know really who, and obviously things developed from there. And then it was up until a time where, this is going on the record now. It was up until a time where I posted. It was quite a while ago, 10 years ago maybe. I posted it as myself in that relationship with that girl, and then one of my cousins turned around and say, "Are you serious, Will? Like that used to be your cousin's ex." I didn't even fucking know. I didn't know. And then once I heard that, I was like, no. I called it off. I called it off with that girl.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
And again, you could have been deep in like with that girl.
I was. But when I knew that, and I felt that, I was like, nah, I can't let this come between. I can find. No, it's not that I can find someone else, but I'd rather let that go than family. Like,
So okay, cool.
in that
Anyway,
sense.
Dave, have you ever liked an ex or a family member?
Definitely not a family member, but yeah, I did find well, we hadn't started dating, but we've just been talking, and then she was telling me, I won't tell you who it is, but yeah, so she's telling me about this one guy, and then I thought, fucking hell, that sounds familiar. And then obviously I found out who it was, and I thought, even though we just gave that scenario that everything was fine, it just didn't sit right with me. So
Yeah.
I didn't continue it, but that was just
See,
talking.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's
No,
not like
I think I was talking. You know, if that happened a bit further down the line, it might be a different story. But we were just talking at that stage, so we hadn't actually seen each other or been on a date. But it's hard to say if I would have reacted the same if I found out later. But yeah, as soon as because we were in talking stage, I just thought, you know what, let's not do it anyway. And then she got pissed off about it. No, she did. Like literally, we didn't talk.
Good. That was
After.
a good shut off on
Yeah.
that at least, then, right? There you go.
But at least you know, and you're in a
Yeah.
better place now, anyway.
Yeah. It's all about circumstance. But initially, yeah, I think I had the mindset of will at that point, yeah, that not to do it. But I think, like I said, circumstances dictate, and if I found out further down the line, things might be different. Don't know. But all I'll say is a small world out there.
Yeah, it's fucking small, bro.
It is a small world, and
Tiny.
and you know, there's I won't say a high chance. There's always a chance that you meet someone that either knows someone or been with someone that you know.
But actually, guys, I just thought of randomly a quick one. Like, it's like, because I was thinking, oh, what about me, right? So now that we're all, got this settled and we've moved on with the love of our lives or whatnot, if a friend came up to me and wanted to date one of my exes, I wouldn't give a shit. Does that make sense? So
No, it doesn't matter
my
now,
circumstance,
yeah.
my circumstance now will also dictate my decision.
Yeah.
If I was in a relationship, I broke up with her and then single, and someone came in and said, "Could date your ex," I'd be like, "Shit, no, not really, innit? It's my ex." But now that I'm with whoever I'm with, and happy, right?
You don't care.
You could have free roam on my exes, and I honestly won't give a shit. If you came up with me and said I'm dating your ex now,
Yeah.
good luck, go ahead.
Same.
Invite me
same.
to the wedding. You know what I mean? And I'll literally would
same.
be there, and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I just thought of this randomly now. I'm just trying to go through some ex. If you wanted, literally. I'll be your best man if you wanted me to. You know what I mean?
All of those friends are like, I'm approaching now.
Yeah. Nah, I'm trying to fit where my ex is.
You can get like 50 messages overnight.
Yeah. I'm trying to fit where my ex is now, but they're married with kids now, so everyone's lost their chance as well. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Okay. Last question. Look, I know we've gone on an hour, but we'll spend 10 minutes there, guys. Dave, I'm not sure how much you can input on this last one, but what is parenthood like? I mean,
I can to some extent, because obviously.
Go on then.
No, well, I don't want to steal your guys' thunder, but obviously I could.
Oh no, go on. I will like some.
I want to hear it, man.
I want to hear it. I'm interested now.
Yeah, but
You can take the Dave. You can take the full 10 minutes.
Yeah.
no, obviously I've inherited like a rabbit and cat.
This guy is taking the piss.
Well, you guys shoot from the hip first.
Yeah, go on, now that you opened it up, you might as well wave the it now.
No, go on.
No, we want to know about the parenthood of rabbits and cats now.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, you should go shoot from the hip first, and I'll pick up some tips.
Okay. What's parenthood like?
It's hard.
It's hard. I can say parenthood is a weird thing. It's like one of the best things and most challenging things you would ever kind of come across, and it's really hard. Like, I'm only a parent since 2 years ago, but being a non-parent before, you can't comprehend. Like, I could give 10 minutes of half an hour and I'll tell you everything about it, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I think I understand," but you just won't understand.
You don't.
You just cannot understand, because obviously, like, I'm a bit later in the game among my circle of friends who have a kid, right? So a lot of them are a bit older, and then you see them and you're like, oh yeah, I like that, and they tell you these and you're like, yeah, okay, and until you have it, until that birth, that date of birth kind of thing, when it comes out, and then you see everything about it, then you're like, oh my god, this is what they mean, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's like an epiphany. Like
Yeah. So you
you gotta
can't when
be
you
in the
say,
moment. You gotta be experience it. You gotta be there to really understand. Like what are the thought process. Like we look at our parents. Like so annoying or fan or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Now you get it.
but in reality, yeah, 100%.
You
Like
get it.
I was speaking to my mum and dad the other day, and I was like, I get it. I get why you were like this with us. Like, and you just totally appreciate it a lot more. And what makes it worse is like when you look at ourselves. I know it's slightly different generation, but when you look at yourself, and at 30, I'm 38 now, and obviously you guys probably younger.
No.
No, you're not. You're not. I made that shit up. But you kind of appreciate like when they were our age, they must be feeling exactly the same as us.
Yeah.
And until this day as well, like they're my parents 60 odd, yeah. I still feel like they have that in them, like that young at heart feeling, but they maybe it's the generation, they can't express it as well as we would as well.
Yeah. It's like I said, different generation. Like the love is always there, but it just moves with a gen. Kind of becomes a bit different. But when you said until you're a parent, you don't know. It's like the small silly stuff. Is like when I'm a parent and then parents are forcing their child to eat, and it's like, have one more spoon, and you're like, why? If he's full, he's full. But when you're a parent, you buddy, that last minute, like because it's just everything about them. You just want them to eat. You know what I mean, and be of healthiness and that.
Be strong,
But I don't know what else is parenthood like. It's yeah.
I got one. Like with parenthood, that I used to be not scared of anything. Like I used to be carefree. Like if you want to go bungee jump, skydive. You don't think like two thoughts around it. You don't have a second thought around it. But now that I've got Melvin, I think twice now. I really like. I before I didn't have fears, but now I do fear like dying. I do have that fear of like what's my son gonna do without me. Like I have those thoughts running through my mind, so I try to keep myself as safe as possible, as healthy as possible, so that I'm around for him.
Yeah.
But that was one thing that really changed in terms of parenthood. It's like it's the overwhelming feeling of happiness, but also worry at the same time, because you want the best life for this kid, this child, this individual to grow up as best as they can and provide the best as possible. But then you worry because you don't know if you're doing enough as well.
Yeah, definitely. Facts. I think, yeah, in a nutshell, to answer this, whoever answered, what's parenthood like is the best thing you can ever have. It's the best. And so a friend messaged me on Instagram one day because I posted something, and he said the most joy you can ever have is seeing your kid happy. And that is so factual. You know, like now when we take kids out and they're like, oh, they're young, they're not going to know. But it's like, you know, when they're smiling and then you're just like, shit, that kid is happy. It's no other feeling. And all you want is those euphoria all the time kind of thing. And that's why like people try to provide and do this and do club and just take them to everything they like. You know, you just kind of do. But
Well,
yeah, and last one, another thing, I think having a kid is like literally just like a bonus best friend, just formed out of nowhere kind of thing. Just think of all the friendships you have and all that kind of love, right? And then just suddenly you just have this thing that just grows with you, and it is literally just like an instant best friend that someone looks up, and that's you can't get any better than that. So
I heard something the other day. It's like the question was, what's the best thing about parenthood? It's like, watching them grow up. What's the worst thing about parenthood?
You can repeat it.
It's watching them grow up.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Because every stage you kind of love,
different.
Like, you never get that stage back.
Yeah.
Like, you look at us getting all sentimental, but yeah, it's kind of like as they another sad thing up to Will is like as they're growing, as you're watching them grow up, we're also growing up as well and growing older, and they don't see that. So anyway, we'll keep that there. But then now, Dave, so all that you must really worry about your cats and rabbits that they're fed, they're eating. You're watching them grow up.
It's not.
Take them to do the things that they love doing, right?
Obviously, it's not comparable, but I wouldn't.
But yes.
No, there's
it's still a responsibility.
That's what I'm learning. Responsibility, and obviously they can't.
It's trial run. It's Dave's trial run.
They can't talk, and they're not gonna. they're not gonna grow up to be anything. But it's obviously nice having them around. And I think Will's right. There's responsibility. Even when we go on holiday, we have to plan where we're going to put them or who's going to look after them. And it's not just anyone. It's obviously not like for like. I'm not saying it was, but they're similar. You have to look after them. You have to watch what they eat. You have to make them exercise. You got to keep them stimulated. You got to show them affection.
Soft side of Dave, but I do. I must applaud you to the sense that when the question was asked, you did think, "Oh, I can apply this to my rabbit and cat," and it almost shows how much you kind of suckered up to them and what you've fallen for them. Because my other question, but you're gonna cry when they die, innit? But you obviously are. Like I know, obviously, the attachment is there now. Like you're like. It's like you're literally like their dad. I
think it's something I never thought I'd be in that situation, but it's nice having them around. And obviously they don't respond like humans do, but they do show affection back, and we'd look after them as best as we can.
But it's good though, because what you just said, it's kind of like, oh, you didn't expect that. It's a new touch and element to your life, right? And it changes things. You get what I mean? I mean, it doesn't change as a person. I mean, it does a little bit. But what I'm saying, it's a new element that you never thought would ever happen, and then suddenly it's a bit like becoming a parent. Like no one's ever prepared and ready for it, but when it happens, you just get that new. I don't know, new sensation or whatnot. I don't know.
I think I'm like obviously the rabbit is obviously more scared in general as it's a prey animal, and like you when you feel and like he's scared, like when we cut his nails, it hates his nails being cut, and he gets really scared, and then you feel the heartbeat and it's pumping really fast, like boom 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 boom, because he's really scared because you're holding him and he doesn't like being held. So. No, obviously never going to be the same as a human, but I think the responsibility element.
Parenthood, especially with the first one, is always a learning experience. Even with the second one or third, it's always going to be a learning experience because every child is different, right? So whatever happens with the first one is not going to exactly happen with the second one as well. So again, with your second one, like congrats, Bo. It's just going to be another new experience. You'll be familiar with a lot of stuff, but it's just a really inspiring experience. Just embrace it. I would say embrace it and go with instincts with your parenthood. And congratulations to the new dads coming through or soon to be dads. Like you guys will get it. If myself and Voy can do it, you guys can do it too.
Yeah, keep the faith. Dave, join in the dad crew anytime soon beyond rabbits and cats.
Who knows?
Who knows? Before the season, you might give us good news by week 38, right?
Depends where the stork flies, right?
Right. Okay. Okay. We'll send a message out to the storks. So, in summary, guys, don't date your ex. Don't date a friend's ex. Become a father whenever as you can. What else?
Don't be scared. There's nothing out there.
Don't be scared. Yeah, there's nothing out there.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah, I think on that note, then.
All right. Don't forget to send in your questions every week. Put it in the comments. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. Yeah.
Yep.
Cheers, everyone.
Say good night to your cats and rabbits for us, Dave. Yeah.
Yep, no worries. I'll send them your love.
All right. Peace out.